Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Z2X. I'm joined again by my co-host.
The ex. I'm mom.
Yep.
Mom.
And today we're going to be talking about something that I never really thought would come back into the limelight like ever, which is the Slender Man killing or attempted killing,
Yeah.
more so incident.
Yeah. It's an attempted killing, I would say. It's not just an incident. But it's not Slender Man. It's the
The
girls that
stabbing.
watched Slender. Yeah, the
Yeah. So
stabbing.
so so
But it's
so yeah. To
the
get
girls that
to
watched
give
it.
context, it's called officially the Slender Man stabbing.
Yeah.
On Wikipedia. It was in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Basically, so you've got this like
In 2014.
2014. I was gonna say that in 2014. It was a very long time ago. You probably heard it. May 31st. Basically these like crazy girls, mainly one which was crazier than the other, while the other one was just kind of slow. Like is like a schizo who's like, I believe so Slenderman is like a character from like a creepy pasta, which are like creepy stories people share online. Like think about it like an online version of like a campfire story, right? Which was then
Yeah.
turned.
It's like a ghost tale.
Yeah, exactly, where it's like,
But it came from an original game, right?
no, no, it was a creepy pasta which then turned into a game
Oh, gotcha.
because it was
Okay,
story like,
gotcha.
imagine people would like, they would write like stories like, oh, and then I was in the woods and the Slender Man came out, or and then someone made a game off of it and it got really
Yeah.
popular.
Mhm.
Um,
That's what I was trying to say. It was a game.
yeah, it was
The girls were watching.
yeah,
Were they
like
watching the game?
probably watched, played, I don't know, but there's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff that like came from it, and they basically, this like the main one, the schizo one, was like, I believe this is real, and I believe this Slender Man figure is a real entity who wants me to like kill someone, like
Well, because she was hearing
sacrifice.
voices.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
hearing voices. She basically acted as like a proxy, in like almost like
Uh-huh.
a very planned out and ritualistic style.
Months.
Like killing. This is done by two 12-year-olds, by the way, to note.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they lured like one of their best friends out. One of them like held her down, and then the other one like tried stabbing her to death. 19 times she was stabbed, but this girl somehow, she screamed like, I hate you, and then crawled away when they ran off.
They left. They said that they were going to go get help for her. They lied and took off. They were
They're
just
trying
leaving
to
her.
they're trying to find, quote, Slender Man, because
Yeah.
she was like, I know where Slender Man lives, and I'm gonna go
Yeah.
and find
One
where,
of the girls.
yeah, one of the girls, and then the
It's
other,
Megan and Anissa.
Anissa. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mainly the stabber girl. I'm just gonna say the stab,
Yeah.
because that's
She's the initiator. She's the one who initiated everything. She's the one who came
she's
up
the
with
she's
the
the
whole.
main schizo.
Yeah, she's
While
the
the
main
other one is just
antagonistic.
kind of a follower,
She's a follower. Yeah.
like,
Eh,
you know.
Anyway,
peer
so
peer pressure, man.
I know.
Um,
Truthfully, I thought of that when it happened. You were quite young, but I remember when it happened, going, "Wow, that is peer pressure, like to the extreme. Who would do that?" But you used to like Slender Man too.
Well, I mean, like all of that creepy stuff. I've always been a fan of like
Yeah.
horror
Mhm.
and stuff, and a
Yeah.
lot of those stories back in the day, you're like, oh, that's interesting, but of course, and then I feel really bad for the creators of Slender Man, because they released a new game right before the killings happened, and it just killed the brand. Like they had a bunch of
I
plans and
know.
stuff, and then like news, and then it really fed into, it almost was, it's like the second coming of the Satanic Panic stuff, where they're like, video games cause violence, right?
Yeah, it was like that exactly.
And they use that to fuel it. But the girl survived, the one that they tried stabbing. That's why it's not the murder; it's called the
Yeah.
stabbing. And
And it's
she's,
attempted murder.
yeah. So she survived, and the two were sent to mental institutes. However, and when you think that like after such a brutal killing, you're like, that's the story. That's said and done, right? This is it. Well, then like you come to learn that a few days ago, the main one,
The instigator.
the instigator, she escaped because she wasn't
From
put into like an asylum. Like, I imagine most people, when they think the mental institutes, they think like, the employees wearing white or something, and these like very, like, oh, you're not allowed to leave without our permission. No, it was it wasn't just a place. It was like a
It was a
halfway house.
It was a halfway house
It's like
because
house
the judge
arrest.
because the judge said that he wanted her to get ready to be out on her own. So Anise, I think that's the girl's name, Anise, the other one, she pleaded guilty to a second degree of attempt. And years later, mind you, because they were in juvenile before it all came out, they were pleading not guilty and stuff by reason of insanity. Anyway, because she went ahead and pleaded guilty and took responsibility, they said, okay, fine, you can be out of the mental institute in a halfway house. And so Megan went ahead and did the same thing, the instigator. And so,
or Morgan, by the way, it's Morgan.
Or Morgan, yeah. Sorry, Morgan did the same thing as the other girl, but the other girl, even when they were younger, when they were doing the interviews, the other girl clearly was remorseful. Like, she cried even, and Morgan didn't cry at all. She's like, we screwed up, we got caught. That was exactly what she said.
Hands up, you got me.
She's actually very smart. I watched the interrogation with both of them. The niece was a 12-year-old. She's a follower. You could tell she was like, I'm just doing what I was told. Yeah, we did it. She took responsibility.
Peer pressure. I'm far too sensitive.
She didn't even say that, but she just was like, yeah, but she seemed very not really understanding everything, but then cried when her friend was, stabbing her, and she was in pain. She was screaming. And then the other girl was like, yeah, we got caught. Yeah, we didn't do it right. Yeah, I screwed up. I should have I've been planning it out. It was a brilliant crime that I had planned out. Like, that's how she talked. And you're like,
she's some sort of mastermind. Like, yeah. I am the maestro of this scheme. This plotter.
She talked even though she was immature, but she also talked very maturely. So you could tell her words were different. Like when you were younger.
I was gonna say, it's like, when I was actually about to say that when I was younger, a lot of people mentioned that I talked very different for someone my age.
Yeah, you articulate yourself. You had used words that were normal 12-year-olds wouldn't use. And so that's how this chick was. So I'm like, oh, she's very intelligent. But anyway, do you want anything more that you want to say? Or do you want
I wanted to say, so the weird part about all this, right, and what people, I'll give a little bit of the history, like at least what I know, and then you're gonna tell me some stuff. So, this person, the Morgan person, immediately became upon entering the institute, or not immediately, but shortly after, became transgender, female to male. And then got into weird ass stuff, and one I don't know why this judge even let her out, right?
No, because that was the point I was going to tell you, is that everybody was saying there's I want to bring up 4 things if I don't understand what happened and how the system let this all happen. I can't understand. I don't understand it. She's supposed to be in a mental institute for one, having delusions, right?
Yeah.
She's
being crazy.
Yeah, she's schizophrenic, I think. She's obviously autistic too, they said. I shouldn't say obviously, but because I told you she was so smart and stuff too, that I could see that. But she's schizophrenic and she's delusional. Well, when she was in her institution, she was reading a book series about sadomasochistic sex in organ harvesting. She told them too. She wasn't afraid of this. She was told them. Now, I don't know about the transgender thing, but I know that the person that she was with was, but she
the transgender thing is true. I looked into it. It was fully yeah.
Yeah, I know the person that was with her was, but let me tell you what else was going on in the institute that I heard, because I watched an interview with this woman who wrote a book about her, and she was much, they would talk and stuff like that before all this happened, before she even went to the halfway. Mind you, she was in that halfway house less than 6 months. And she did this in less than 6 months of being from the institute to the halfway house. So, one, she was reading those books and they told her too, right? She also was getting mail from grown ass men saying that it turned them on that she tried to kill somebody. She told that she was reading this mail. They were letting her have this mail. This person that she was with the woman had said, she goes, I think I know who it was. But she goes, old men even would message her with fetishes about like how young, and she was young, mind you, at this time, like she was 16, and they were letting her have this kind of mail. She was corresponding with people like this, and she said that this was her first type of relationship, was with these kind of people letting her do this.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and so this person that she was with, that's not what she looked like when she got arrested, mind you, that picture. She had actual longer hair. But anyway, so this woman was saying that she would end up having like pen pals with these basically predators. And now let's go back to who she was found with. A 43-year-old quote unquote transgender man, who, by the way, when I watched the video, looked like a man.
Yeah. By the way, I will show you real quick what to give a little context here also, because this is something, because I did a little more research into this one. I don't know if you've seen the picture. This is Chad quote Charlie Mecca. Chad Charlie. Yeah. I presume that is their transgender name, and then Chad Mecca is their biological name. Yeah. Was found with a 23-year-old escapee at a truck stop in Posen, just outside Chicago on Sunday night. Some 24 hours after the disturbed stabber fled her care home more than 150 miles away from Wisconsin. The, quote, trans pal, seen in a mugshot with disheveled blue hair and wearing a low-cut pink top, took responsibility for the escapee in an interview with local TV station.
You know what, though?
She ran away because of me, said Mecca.
I watched the video, and she was all over him. Like, all over him.
There was also photos of like, social media of them, like, together. Like...
Yeah. Can I just say again, what is she doing with social media? She's got mental health problems.
And also, here's the thing, is that they would actually... Hold on, I'll try and find it real quick. But I saw something that was like... Oh, found it. New York Post. Slender Man Stabber's troubled trans bestie would sneak through window to visit her in custody.
Yeah, and so how are they letting this happen? And you know what she said when did you watch the whole interview where they were, or the whole body cam when they were getting arrested?
I know, I hadn't actually seen it. It
just
kind
so
of
you
avoided
know,
my,
she was not in the system. When she finally gave them, she lied and kept lying about her name. Finally, she gave them her real name because they were sleeping on the ground behind he had this transgender person. I'm not even gonna say it she, because it's a he. Sounded just like a man. Didn't even try. Looks like a man because the picture on the other side. That's what he looked like. He was like, wouldn't even give his real name. He lied also, and he had her sleeping rough on the ground. Anyway, when this person met her like in the institute, and that she was coming in and out. Also, this person who stabbed somebody almost to death, what are they doing with sharp objects? I mean, there's so many red flags that the system...
I mean, really...
They did let her down in the way that...
Well,
it's disgusting.
They didn't... I would say they let her down in the ways of... Wow, why are you just letting her do, like, whatever? But also, the system is letting down everyone else down, because I heard of, like, you know, social media from very, very concerned people, 100%. Because I also, like, you know, like, very concerned people, right? Like, on the internet, that's like, oh my god, there's this stabber, they're out, like, you know, don't go outside, right? People, like, this makes people afraid, this makes people afraid for their kids. Like,
and that's just the thing. People are like, oh, she was only 12, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? Some people just, their brains aren't working.
Reminds me of that.
And hers is one of those people. And she should be locked up for however, because she clearly, she's still making bad choices.
Reminds me of that one kid who was like 11 or something, or like 10, and he like shot and killed his mom, or like
for not getting an Xbox,
a VR. It was like a VR headset. In like repeated violent behavior, which, by the way, you brought this up at one point when we were discussing this before. Her mom is also like a schizo crazy person too. Yeah, it runs in the family.
Her mother has mental health problems, and actually that woman who wrote the book, she actually confirmed it, which I already knew. The woman who wrote the book, I already knew all that just by watching an interview with the mother going, she has mental health problems.
Here's the thing though that I think is very what people don't like look at. is though that when they're like, oh my god, the person, I think though at the end of the day, when you have someone instituted like this, when you arrest someone, more so, you could maybe try and make them better or do the best you can, but it is the duty of the justice system to protect citizens that have done nothing wrong from people like this.
Exactly.
And letting someone go like this is a disservice to every single person in that area that she has passed through. Any person she walked by, it is a disservice to them, because
and you know what, I do want to say though, that I can't believe that this person, the dude that took her, also that helped her, that how was he even in contact with her? He's a pervert. Something's wrong with him too, and he clearly has mental health problems. Look at him. I mean, come on, look at him. I'm just saying that what they let her do while she was there, I mean, reading those books, having sharp objects because she stabbed somebody. So hey, she used to stab somebody, so let's go ahead and
let's put her in a custody house with probably like a bajillion knives. Hey, you want to make a sandwich or maybe a human sandwich?
That wasn't I can see, of course, they're going to need scissors and stuff to cut stuff, but they need to have somebody monitoring them.
Well,
she just clearly they just let her go. Okay, she can be free. She doesn't make good choices still.
Yeah,
she still is not making good choices.
There's a reason why people are put into mental institutes, because you know what they have in mental institutes? Oh, well, you need to cut something. Well, we got safety scissors. All right, we got safety scissors that couldn't kill anyone and can only cut paper. Yeah. We've got group mandated. Well, she
didn't have that because she cut her freaking monitor off her.
Yeah.
How come she was not in the system? So she was in Illinois. They put her name in, the police officers, and it wasn't flagged. The reason why they arrested them is because they thought she was lying, that she was under 18 and she was with this grown man. And that's why they arrested her. And then she finally told them, look it up, Google me, because her name, when she finally gave him her real name, didn't get flagged.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Wisconsin
it's
dropped
ridiculous.
The ball big time.
Because I think that the main thing here though, is that I don't even think someone like this that nearly, I think, someone that could be in a halfway home, someone that had a mental breakdown, maybe someone that went crazy, almost drove their car off a bridge or some shit, right?
Well, but the other girl that Anise, she is a follower, and she was going through a massive depression and moved to a different school. Her parents divorced. That's kind of like the old stories. You fall into the wrong group and you have to pay your penance. That girl can be redeemed. This girl clearly has deep mental health problems. She doesn't get to be in a halfway house for quite a long time, because she clearly, letting her talk to these men and having these correspondence in social media, she clearly is not healthy in the mind yet, and still is making tremendous.
Well, that's the point that I was trying to kind of reach. Is that basically someone like this it's like you say, oh, but they cut the ankle monitor or whatever. I don't think they should even be in a situation like that. Someone that's in a halfway house is someone that's spent a few years. They've already almost adjusted. That is straight up someone where it's they just need a little bit more help. Not someone that who literally under any circumstances would be spending 30-40 years in prison.
And she had a 40-year sentence in
she had a 40.
It's only been 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only been 10 years.
Which exactly, that's what I'm saying. Maybe after 30 years, let her in the.
Or 20 years at least.
Evaluate at 20 years. But the whole thing, if you want to give me just 1 second, is
sorry.
Is basically someone like this. I don't think should even be out in. They should be spending their time in a mental institute for a really long time.
That's a secure mental institute for people who have tried to kill somebody. Yes. How she was able to get all these things, and again, who the heck is not reading those letters and they're sending it to a girl? Disgusting.
Yeah.
Because her mind is very malleable in the sense she's going to cling on to anybody who's giving her attention, right? Because that's what happened with the other friend. She manipulated that friend. I don't think she's a stupid person. I really do think she's quite intelligent. Even when I watched the video of her being arrested, she was in control, and that dude pretended to be so timid and like, oh, I'm just doing this, oh, I'm just a friend. And she was like, she doesn't know what I did, and she's holding on to the guy, she doesn't know who I really am, which is a lie, because we all know that they met while she was in the mental institute in the halfway house, and that this person had been sending in letters to her.
I think that dude needs to get arrested, and then she needs to be like,
shit, yes.
Also, the judge,
she knew how to lie. She knew to lie.
Also, the judge needs to get looked into, like, seriously, because whatever judge that did that is absolutely retarded. Like, I don't know how you can be like.
And I watched another video that she was barely in the halfway house, like a little bit more than 3 months, not even 4 months, and so she was planning this. I bet you money she was planning it. She's a planner. She's a smart girl.
A schemer.
She is a schemer, and I think that she does. Obviously, I'm gonna admit she's probably very, very socially and emotionally immature, because I think no matter what, even if she had not gone to prison and done that, she would have always been socially and emotionally immature, because I think that is just who she is. Like, she's got so many delusional problems that she's probably living in a fantasy world, no matter what. If she had killed somebody or not.
And exactly, it loops back around to my whole point is that you lock someone up like that. Not because of directly that, but you lock them up to protect them from everyone else. People, like, so something like that doesn't happen again. That's the most important. That is the number one goal of any sort of justice system. And then number two is maybe let them or help them to try and get better so they don't do it again. However, there's some people that I don't think can ever adjust. I'm sorry, but it will never happen.
And I think that she may have had that chance had the system. I'm gonna admit what the lady said, that the institution let her down. The woman who wrote the book said she's a product of the institution, but she's not. She tried to kill the girl beforehand. She was crazy beforehand. But I will admit that the institution clearly gave her too much freedom. And because I think she is manipulative. I think she probably talked her way and is smart and to act like, oh, I know how to work this system so I can get what I want. Because I watched the interviews when she was arrested when she was 12. Yeah. And I watched her when she was just arrested, the body cam. And then I also watched videos of the people who had interviewed her. She knows how to say what they want her to say. She's smart.
The whole thing is that, because I think there's two types of psychos, right, that you have. Yeah. There's like the psychos where they're like, I have no idea what's going on, like the equivalent of someone on like a drug trip, right? They're so out of so disconnected from reality that they're
completely delusional.
That they have no idea what's actually going on. And then you have the other type of psycho, which is like they're very acutely aware of their surroundings, very acutely aware of what people say and think. And those are dangerous people, because, I mean, those are your Ted Bundys. Those are your Zodiac killers. These people that are very actually aware.
We already know that, she already had mental health problems, and she's reading books about organ harvesting and sadomasochistic relationships. I mean, come on. I just think that she probably has, the judge they let it down. The system let the people down. And actually, and I have to say, they let her down because she needs help.
Yeah.
She's also extremely, I tell you that she knew when those officers came, she pretended to be, she probably is immature. She acted quite young, but she's not dumb.
However,
exactly
the key thing is that a lot of these killers, right, or would-be serial killers, have very immature aspects to them. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah. Like, I want to say, serial killers are socially immature. They have to be, and they're let's face it, freaking messed up in the head.
Some parts of them are very emotionally blending in, mature, and then other parts, like anger, especially a lot of these these killers, it's like they'll have childlike bursts of anger because they can't control their emotions, temper tantrums, or they'll have a childlike obsession with something. That
they can't monitor their own self.
Yeah,
they just can't monitor themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the key thing, is that I feel like someone like this, if you don't monitor carefully, they're like, oh, but the system, I feel like someone like that it did such a sick crime, you shouldn't just give them a pass. You should treat them like they did a sick crime, because
and apparently Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know, people rave about empathy, right? Like, oh, be empathetic, be empathetic. Well, have you considered being empathetic to the girl that was stabbed 19 times? Man, that
I know. Well, and oh my God. So just so you know, the interview of that lady that wrote the book about her was like, and I just want to say, I'm sure that and I can't, Paige, I think her name was, I'm sure Paige was feeling very scared and very upset that she was out. And I just want to say that I empathize with that. And she has every right to feel that way. I was like, that's not your job to tell her that she has every right to feel that way. I mean, I just thought the narcissism of this woman who wrote the book about her, she herself is delusional. The things I heard her say about how she feels so sorry for her, and she's just emotionally, she grew up in the system, so now she's emotionally immature. I'm like, she was always emotionally immature. She's autistic. If she's going to be emotionally mature, because that's what autistics are. You know, it's like if she was in the system or not, she would have had these behaviors.
Oh, and
anyway.
also something that you got to note too is also a schizo, right? Like that is
yeah. So she's got
unmedicated schizo.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. And again, I'm going back to the system. It's like, you know, you need to keep her away. You, like you said, that has to protect her, not only the citizens. I feel like it's protecting her, and they need to treat her like, I don't know, check what she's reading, check her freaking mail. I mean, do you think she's going to get help if you're letting her read this material? She's already delusional. You're letting her read disgusting, crazy material. And two, you're letting her getting freaking mail from men that are fantasizing about having sex with her because it turns them on. This is what that lady even said, that she read some of the letters. It turned them on to know that she tried to stab somebody, that she was stabbed somebody. So it's encouraging her to be that same person that she was killing somebody. And they give those letters to her and she gets to write back to them.
Yeah, like that is...
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy
that is absolutely absurd. I think that you kind of create... Like, I mean, you create someone... It's sort of like... All I'm going to say is throughout history, it's been proven when people get, like, attention and stuff from, like... acts or any acts,
bad
right?
Behavior.
Like
Yeah.
think cult leaders, killers, like these people where they're like, oh my god, people love me, right? Like these bad actors, not like bad actors like, oh, there's a bad actor in something, but like actors from film.
People.
Yeah, that then they like, they're doing all this hedonistic behavior. Like those people like getting attention and getting like the, yeah, I am, you know, I'm revered in some way, fucks with your brain. And especially if it's something that much, you'll crave it, and then maybe even it'll turn into, I mean, with serial killers, I watched a whole documentary on it, is they have patterns, they have flow, they have like a fantasy in their brain of how they want it to go. And
well, come on, anybody who kills people,
they can
that's not in
evolve.
self-defense, they have something wrong in their brain. Their brains, no matter what, is still messed up. I mean, so it doesn't matter if she was 12 or she's 20. She committed a crime. Her brain is not normal, no matter what. I don't care how old. Does she act like she's remorseful? I haven't seen yet anything that she seemed like she was remorseful.
No, yeah, like, and that's...
I watched a lot of shit about this chick. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know why they let her out. I just don't understand it. I don't understand any of it. That judge and that doctors that said that she should be let out, I hope the prosecutors... Okay, so now the prosecutors are going to have to decide, and the judge, this is going to be weird. Her, you know, when she was let out, her attorney had called her a rule follower, by the way. Because she's such a good rule follower, and she's hiding this dude in all these relationships and cuts off her, you know, her thing. So her lawyer clearly is lying, obviously. And also the prosecutors are going to have to decide, are they in their parole, where are they going to go from now? Because clearly she's not going to be on her parole anymore, because that's what she was on. She was on parole when she was in her halfway house.
Yeah, I mean, clearly the parole was broken.
It's denied. And okay, and here's the catch-22. So is she mentally able now to be prosecuted? If she was mentally able now to do the fine of breaking her parole, right, and going back into the system, now is she mentally capable for prosecutors to re-prosecute her as killer?
Yeah.
Because that's a catch-22 they're going to have to deal with. Because if she's still mentally ill, they're going to have to put her back to the mental hospital, right? But if her because they were saying she's fixed. So if she's fixed now and she broke the law, is she going to be
clearly
a felon
she's
and
not
then,
fixed.
And then go exactly. So she's going to have to go back to the mental institute. They're going to have to make that choice. If they don't, oh my God, the system really is fucked up.
Yeah.
And look, I didn't even use the F word until the very end.
Wow.
I know. Can you believe it?
But yeah,
I just did that. I was good.
Yeah, I think overall, yeah, like it's just really, honestly.
It's so crazy. It is so crazy. I think you're right. From the top to the bottom, from the very beginning of the whole thing, it just gets crazier and crazier. I mean, if we can all look at this, even when you were younger and it happened, I remember going, "That's crazy. Like, how would you think that?" All says screams crazy. Then we know that these people are crazy.
Yeah, I mean, these crazy people are crazy bitches.
I mean, and the guy is disgusting pervert. He needs to be locked up also.
Mm-hmm.
He aided and abetted a mentally ill person and basically took advantage of them also, because I think that's what he did also. He's also a disgusting pervert because apparently this chick that wrote the book about it, she knew who he was. She knew of him. She didn't know who he was, but the girl had told her about this man who was transgender, who was in love with her and fantasized sexually about her. So clearly he's still a man. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he was sexually aroused by this whole thing. So that person is messed up.
Yeah.
All of it's messed up.
But anyways, you think that's good?
Oh yeah, I think it's good. Are you good? Did
Yeah.
you want to say anything
else?
else?
I think all my points were pretty much covered.
Yeah, I think you did a good job too.
We will see you.
Hey, I thought you were gonna say, did you find the man's name?
Oh, yeah, I mentioned it. Chad Charlie Mecca.
Chad Charlie Mecca.
Yeah.
What a weirdo. Freaking A. Put his picture out there too.
Yeah, I was planning on it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
right.
we'll see you guys later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.